Now on CoastTV News.
We have a newly issued severe thunderstorm warning active for the immediate Georgetown area. It's marching towards the east at about 30 miles per hour, producing 60-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to pinpoint and track this storm as it continues to threaten neighborhoods throughout Sussex County.
And as you take a live look outside into Lewis, you can just see the rain and wind coming down. We'll have a live check in just a little bit.
Looks nasty out there. Also, plans for development in Milton, taking a look at what's to come.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
A live look into Lewis. Clouds, rain, and a lot of wind. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with rain and those heavy winds across Delmarva.
Let's take it over to our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, we've already seen a live rendition of what's going on at this present time. Now we want to take a detailed look and analysis of what's happening with this particular squall line and its impact that it's having on our community. Now, here's an overall view of what's happening at this present time. We see the line that's making its way just between Milford and Georgetown at this present time. This is the primary concern, the primary line that we've been tracking and concerned about with all of our early heads up that we've been giving you throughout the week. And so we're looking at our models holding pretty true to form. Now, with this line, we are picking up on the fact that, hey, we're talking about 60-mile-per-hour winds. And the entire line is marching to the east at approximately 25 to 30 miles per hour. And it's slowed down a bit. And that's actually a good thing because it doesn't have quite as much kinetic or movement energy that would add on to the energy that it has right now, keeping it just below the tornadic threshold. So we're quite fortunate thus far. But even with that being the case, we still have some cells that we got to track right here coming out of Georgetown. We have one cell that's moving like it's towards the east. We're looking at it possibly hitting the Redden community at 506 Milton, but 526, although we're feeling some heavy showers right now in Milton, there's an even heavier one on the way. Drawbridge at 537, Broadkill Beach at 548, and Lewis Beach at 555. Now, the folks in Lewis, that's just that particular cell. There's another one down here by Delmarva. You see that circulation here? That's indicating early circulation for the possibility of some tornadic activity. I don't buy that right now, but it is still strong winds. It's going to produce more than likely a hail cell. In fact, I just saw the hail marker pull through. So that's moving in a traditional manner. Now, this particular cell is moving towards, let's do that one more time here. There we go. That's moving towards Millsboro, Long Neck at about 547, Bottom Hills at 554, and then it's going to hit Rehoboth Beach at about 6 o'clock. Now, this is part of a line that's pushing through. We have an active severe thunderstorm watch generally for, Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester, but we have an active warning for the immediate Sussex County area. Now, with this, I'm concerned about straight line winds causing problems with power outages and significantly dangerous driving conditions. Maddie, before I throw it to you, let me make this very clear. This is not I can go ahead and drive through this situation. Blinding rain, you can't see, and very strong winds. Maddie?
So much, and we can actually hear it here, heavy rain hitting our roofs in the middle of this rainstorm and dangerously high winds. And it's not just us. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson, he's over in Lewis, and Brandon, you're feeling it too.
Maddie, we are on Savannah Road and we are feeling it. And we're going to show you some of those conditions now looking outside of our first alert weather Jeep. And it is very rainy and windy, and this wind has been giving the Jeep some problems, so I can only imagine the effect it is having on those smaller cars. And we spoke to people today ahead preparing for this storm, and they said this weather comes along with sitting on the coast.
Expect it to get pretty strong. I mean, I'm concerned and so, but there's not that much you can do, right, but just be prepared, be ready.
I also spoke with one man off camera who said today he spent most of his time chasing down his and his neighbor's trash cans because of this wind. And we're going to take one more look onto the road, and it's very much blinding conditions. And just going over the bridge here, you can feel the wind across the first alert weather Jeep, and the rain is picking up as well. Live from the first alert weather Jeep, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
And Delmarva isn't the only area seeing severe weather. Take a look at the damage left behind from powerful gusts in Mississippi today. This was in the Wayne County area.
Staying in Mississippi, some powerful imagery here. Strong winds knocked off a portion of the roof at the jail there. That's in Clay County.
Now moving to politics, Washington and the world reacting to President Trump's speech, which at times sounded similar to one of his campaign rallies. NBC's Julie Sirkin shows us how Republicans enthusiastically cheered him as Democrats jeered him and held up signs.
Washington is recalibrating after the longest speech before a joint session of Congress ever from President Trump, hailing his administration's accomplishments with a fiery edge.
The American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
And praising Elon Musk, the billionaire behind the move to shrink government and axe programs, leaving thousands of federal workers without jobs.
He's working very hard. He didn't need this.
Republican allies call the speech a victory. Democrats disagree.
Everything the American people put their trust in him to do, it is a betrayal. It is a betrayal.
Including Texas Congressman Al Green, escorted out of the chamber by Capitol Police after interrupting the president. I spoke with him afterwards.
When he said that he had a mandate, it triggered something. It really did, because he doesn't have a mandate, and he doesn't have a mandate to cut health care for poor people.
Today, the Supreme Court dealing a blow to the president, ruling that his administration must pay $2 billion to the U.S. agency responsible for administering humanitarian aid around the world, after Trump ordered a freeze in USAID funds. On tariffs, President Trump acknowledging economic turbulence and admitting Americans will feel pain in their wallets.
Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and there'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much.
The president also bucking tradition, staying in Washington after the speech while Vice President Vance hits the road to sell the administration's vision, visiting the southern border today. In Washington, Julie Sirkin, NBC News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how do you feel about Trump's leadership style?
Let's take a look at the results so far. Take a look at your screen. 60% say refreshing change, 26% say strong and decisive, 9% say too confrontational, and 5% say unpredictable.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Go to CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We'll show you updated results throughout the evening.
More development coming to Milton. This time it will be 44 office buildings and the Royal Farms. It will be across from the Food Lion and McDonald's at this lot you see on your screen. And we spoke with one woman who said she's had enough of development.
It's too much. It's getting to be too much in this town. I mean, I don't know what the planning board is thinking, but I don't know how much more land can be taken and traffic.
Now, there's no official completion date for that business park just yet.
If you love the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the comfort of your own living room, listen up. The Delmarva Sports Network and the Delmarva Shorebirds, the Baltimore Orioles single-A affiliate based out of Salisbury, they made a big announcement today. After a successful partnership last season, the two teams are teaming up again. This time, they will bring you even more games, free and over the air, right on your television. Shorebirds general manager Chris Bitters is excited to bring more baseball to more fans.
Riley delivers. That's roped over to third, and it's going to get through the hole for a base hit.
We appreciate the relationship we have with DSN and being able to really reach our fans where they're at. We know the reality is that coming to 66 Shorebird games probably isn't realistic for most people. While we have our troopers that are out most nights, being able to connect with our fans when they're at home in the comfort of their living room is a great opportunity to keep reinforcing our partnership and the opportunity with the Shorebirds and have them continue their relationship with our players and our product.
So this year we've increased from 15 games to 25 games. We'll have 25 throughout the season, starting with the home opener here in April and concluding with the season finale in September, and then we'll have multiple other games over the course of the season.
Very excited for this baseball season. New tonight, NBC has named Tom Yamas as the next anchor of NBC Nightly News. He will succeed Lester Holt, who announced plans to step down from the role last week. Yamas is expected to take over network this summer.
Healthcare boost. Tidal Health is breaking ground on a new center in Sussex County.
And we'll continue to keep a close eye on some dangerous storms marching quickly through Milton right now. The more intense cells making its way towards Broad Hill Beach and headed towards Lewis within the next 5 minutes.
First, saving a stranded seal in Fenwick Island. Up next.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Waikamaco Civic Center. Browse the largest display of hot tubs, cold therapy tubs, and swim spas in the region with over 30 spas from 5 major brands at up to 50% off. That's this weekend at the Waikamaco Civic Center in Salisbury. Visit spaexpo.com.
Gear up, we're going in hard.
Help! Down here!
We gotta get you out of there.
Get out of there now!
Ripley?
Sir, stay in your car!
Lieutenant, wait!
Does he have dirt on you?
Yes.
I need someone I can trust.
Who else do you own?
Chicago Wednesday, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Imagine having the perfect space for your loved ones, a private retreat for guests, or even an extra source of income right on your property. At Berica Homes, we specialize in building backyard cottages, in-law suites, and smaller-sized homes that blend seamlessly into your property. Whether it's for family, for guests, or for work, Berica's precision-built cottages are crafted for both functionality and efficiency. Ready to unlock the potential in your property? Visit bericahomes.com and discover the cottage that fits your needs.
We could practice our skills anywhere, but here is where we've chosen to be. It's here that we find new ways to create hope, give second chances, save lives. One day your heart will need us, and on that day, we'll be ready, without missing a beat. The Heart and Vascular Institute at Bay Health. Our commitment runs deep.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Waikamaco Civic Center. Browse over 30 hot tubs and swim spas from 5 major brands at up to 50% off. Financing is available and show admission is free. That's this weekend at the Waikamaco Civic Center in Salisbury. Visit spaexpo.com.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Stranded on the beach, people came together to save this seal you see in Fenwick Island.
For 3 days, this harp seal was lying on the Fenwick Island beaches, which prompted the Marine Education Research and Rehabilitation Institute to jump in and take to getting help.
We did know this animal was somewhat underweight. It didn't have enormous signs of ill health, but there can always be unknown underlying conditions.
According to Thurman, the harp seal is now being taken to the National Aquarium in Baltimore to be looked after.
And while seal season is in full swing, you might be wondering what to do if you see one on the beach. Okay, follow me here. Mayor says if you see them, please call them as soon as possible, as those seals, they might have underlying illnesses. Really important here. You must stay legally 150 feet away. And if you have dogs unleashed, please get them on the leash right away and away from those wild animals. Right now, also on CoastTV.com, we have Mayor's contact information and phone number for you to call if you spot a seal.
Right now, we're tracking more intense cells marching its way through Milton and Benham. Now it's shifting over towards Broad Hill Beach, causing blinding rain, and we have picked up at least 45 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. We're going to be tracking this storm as it pushes through, and I have a little bit of good news in the midst of all of this bad weather.
Tired of your old tub? Imagine stepping into a brand new, modern walk-in shower designed for style, comfort, and safety. At Bath by Spicer Brothers, we make upgrading your bathroom easy. Our factory-certified team provides professional 5-star installation in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you get the best service at the best price. Right now, save 20% on your entire bathroom project with payments as low as $79 a month.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Hi, I'm Warren Rosenfeld with Rosenfeld's Jewish Deli. Well, it's March, and that means St. Patrick's Day, which means corned beef, and that takes you right back to Rosenfeld. We are the corned beef kings, making hundreds of pounds of corned beef every single week all year long. St. Patrick's Day is one of our largest days of the year, and come find out why. Whether it's our corned beef and cabbage special, our corned beef hash, or any of our corned beef sandwiches, you're going to get your fill of corned beef at Rosenfeld's on St. Patrick's Day. Rosenfeld's on St. Patrick's Day. See you soon.
Cosmetic dentistry is providing patients with a smile they've always dreamed of. Becoming accredited in the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry has allowed me to provide our patients with just that. I've achieved the highest level of training in cosmetic dentistry. There's only 400 or so dentists that have been accredited since 1986. Come see me. I'm excited to help you achieve the smile of your dreams.
Schedule your free consultation with De Palma Dental in Berlin, Maryland today.
When Pfeiffer's needed a custom solution for their serving windows, they turned to Clark & Sons. When the American Legion and Lewis faced a similar challenge, they also called Clark & Sons. From the smallest custom garage door you've ever seen to the bold, bright red doors of the new Ocean City Fire Department, Clark & Sons has the garage door for every need. For over 60 years, we've been the trusted choice across Delmarva, known for delivering top-notch craftsmanship and unmatched service. Call today for your free estimate. Clark & Sons, where quality meets trust.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Track the storm with CoastTV First Alert Weather.
Before I get started, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now, but fortunately, and this is the good news, we've had no concerns for any kind of tornadic activity as of yet, and this system is moving through kind of quickly, so we look like we may escape this. Thus far, it looks pretty good, but we're going to continue to monitor because it's always a moving target with severe weather. Our Bay Health camera in Milford right now, as you can see, our view inundated with heavy downpours, and we've had rain that's really pushed through. Now, the reason why I'm looking favorable on this coming to an end, you see this is the most potent line here. It's shrinking and moving quickly out of the way. That's a good thing, and that's what we want, okay? I really don't want anybody to fall victim to this severe weather. But we do have heavy downpours over towards Overbrook, Milton, Benham, and over towards Broadkill Beach. Now, Lewis, this is actually going to come knocking on your door within the next 2 to 3 minutes. So please be mindful that this is not the time to go outside to the grocery store and run any errands. To the south, over towards Frankfort, Dagsboro, and Millsboro, we're looking at a line that's coming out of Bryan's store, and it's tracking over towards Millsboro. You've got about a 5-minute window there. Overall, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for all of Sussex till about 5:30. So we're under threat of severe weather, at least for the next 13 minutes. After that, I think we're going to actually be pretty clear pretty quickly, which is good. Now, we have a concern for us near Berlin towards Ironshire, Berlin, coming out of St. Martin, because this cell is indicating, because we put this on a mode that gives us an early notification that we actually are watching out for formation of hail with this particular cell that's pushing through, particularly along Highway 113 south of Ironshire as that pushes through. Now, overall, we have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect that you see highlighted here in the gold here, which includes Millsboro, Lewis, Ocean View, down towards Ocean Pines until 5:30, that 13-minute window I was talking about. Now, we also have an active severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Ocean City, West Ocean City, Ocean Pines, Taylorville, and Berlin. Now, this one will last until 6 o'clock. I think that's more of just just to cover it all for a safety standpoint, because most of this is leaving quickly. The rain rate has been very impressive here. Now, this is a different radar product that I don't typically show you, but this is dealing with how much rain's falling in such a short period of time, like per hour. So we had a rate near Drawbridge of 1.6 inches of rain per hour. Now, if it rained for 1 hour at this rate, that's what we would expect as far as flooding concerned. And at Pine Hook Beach, at one point, we had nearly 1 3/4 of an inch of rain per hour there. But all of those have shifted over. It's really for this purple area that shifted very quickly. So our computer hasn't quite kept up with the movement of the cell or the line because it's moving so quickly. And that means it's moving quickly out of our way. And that's a good thing, okay? Now, wind gusts, we've recorded a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust in Salisbury for today. In Easton, a 55-mile-per-hour wind gust. So the winds have been truly a problem for us. And right now, the winds are pushing out of the south up to 30 miles per hour for us out of Ocean City. And the temperatures right now in the 50s. Thank goodness they're not in the 60s. And as Maddie so diligently have told me, and she's learned, whenever you have cloudy skies before we have the threat of tornadoes, that's a good thing because we won't have the heat energy to cause tornadoes. It was cloudy today It was a little bit cooler, below 60 degrees. So, Maddie and all the folks that are listening to those tutorials that we give you, particularly with Weather 101, that's exactly why no one should panic. Now, we still have concern for, a low risk for tornadoes, but really concerned about high winds because straight line winds are moving at about 60 miles per hour. Thursday, we're going to be much sunnier. The winds are going to begin to shift a little bit more. You take a look at our forecasting maps, and you'll see that as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, we're looking at no more development. So after 6:30, even it moves out of, let's say, our Seaford, Georgetown area, and then everything calms down very rapidly. Even as we take a look at the most southern portions of our viewing area, by 8 o'clock, I'm expecting all this stuff to turn off very quickly and no longer pose us a problem. But the amount of rain, we're expecting perhaps maybe a half inch more for us in Georgetown. We're looking for perhaps an inch and a quarter more in Bethany Beach, for example. And then we could see maybe just a little bit more for us developing over towards Snow Hill and Berlin, just an inch, maybe just a skosh over an inch. But after that, things should begin to calm down. So for tonight, storms ending. Few showers, still a bit breezy, and 45. 50 for tomorrow, becoming sunny, still breezy, gusting at about 35 miles per hour. Then for Friday, catch our breath. All right? Here's a look at your extended forecast.
Thank you so very much. The impact of climate change is being felt across the world, and states like Delaware face significant challenges. So today, the Delaware Resilient and Sustainable Communities League, also known as RASCL, held its 8th annual summit in Dover. Data and trends were presented focusing on rising sea levels, extreme weather, and increasing temperatures.
Trends are showing that, we're going to see more impacts going forward. So it's an economic issue, it's a livability issue. It just makes sense to invest.
This theme of this year's summit was adapting, innovating, and mitigating the impacts of Delaware's changing climate.
We salute John Simpson, a dedicated father and grandfather, for his years of honorable service to both the state of Delaware and the United States. Serving through periods of peace, conflict, and war, John was honorably discharged in April 1968, leaving a legacy of commitment and courage. His service to the nation and his steadfast presence in his family are deeply valued. We salute John Simpson for his distinguished contributions and the exemplary life he has led.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Most people remodel their kitchens for 3 reasons: poor design, lack of storage, and outdated cabinets.
That sounds like a big job.
Not with Paul Davis. We offer 2 stress-free solutions. Reface your cabinets with 5 layers of hardwood, new doors and drawers in 5 days or less. Or replace them, improve your layout and home value.
Call now.
We'll bring the showroom to you and provide an exact price the same day.
Installed before summer. Save 20% on your kitchen project or pay nothing for 12 months.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, emergency plumbing service 24/7.
Visit us at Lakeshore Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Seaford and find out what the locals have known all along. While all pre-owned vehicles look the same, at Lakeshore Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Seaford, we carefully inspect all of our used vehicles in our service department with our factory trained technicians. Combine that with our great selection, lowest prices in Sussex County, and our top level of customer service, we believe you'll see why we say that we're different, and we prove it. Call us at 302-990-3099 or online at lakeshorecdjr.com.
Is your energy bill punching you in the gut? At Chagrin Home Comfort Products, we can help you fight back with the latest energy-efficient heating and air conditioning systems, tankless water heaters, and gas fireplaces, all designed to keep your home comfortable while lowering your energy cost. Take control of your electric bill today. Stop in our state-of-the-art showroom in the Midway Shopping Center in Rehoboth or give us a call at 302-644-7700. Chagrin Home Comfort Products, home comfort you can count on.
At All Mobility, we keep you moving. Whether it's wheelchair-accessible vans, scooters, home ramps, or lift chairs, We've got the perfect mobility solution for you. Our experts will help customize options to fit your needs and lifestyle so you can stay independent and active. Scooters, ramps, vans, and more. Get moving with All Mobility. Come see us today or schedule a home consultation. allmobilitystore.com.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us. Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
We're learning more about Tidal Health's plans for a health campus in Millsboro. The CEO says the roughly $100 million campus will expand their primary care services in the area and offer specialty services like cardiology and ENT care.
We actually did a physician needs assessment recently. It was quite fascinating. Our service area, which is about 7 counties these days, is growing twice the national average.
Tidal Health CEO says they will break ground on that campus in April. The first building is expected to take around 18 months to complete.
New tonight, the New York Times is reporting the IRS is preparing to cut its staff by as much as half. The reported pending layoffs come as millions of Americans are filing their tax returns. The agency has already laid off more than 7,000 probationary employees as part of the Trump administration's effort to shrink the size of the federal government. However, it's unclear when the next reported waves of layoffs will take place. Weather is the big story today, and as we look live into Dover, we'll have one more check on your forecast after this.
Need more space? Build a backyard cottage with Berica Homes. Whether it's for family, guests, or work, our cottages offer the perfect solution. Start planning yours today. Visit bericahomes.com to learn more.
It's Delmarva's best-kept secret, Johnny Janosik's Outlet and Clearance Center. Save up to 80% on name-brand furniture and mattresses. Shop one-of-a-kinds, customer cancellations, scratch and dents, discontinued items, and more. Find incredible deals store-wide. We have something for everyone and something for every room in your home. Shop early and often. New products arrive daily. And buy it today, get it today. Discover the secret. Shop Johnny Janosik's Outlet and Clearance Center in Laurel and Dover.
Discover the craftsmanship behind each Berica home. With each factory tour, you'll embark on a 60-minute journey of innovation and precision. Step into a world where your future home comes to life. Call our office to schedule your factory tour today.
Every story that we do, number one, it affects us as well because we live here and this is our community as well. A lot of times in the media in general, there are stories that are put out that maybe are not the most popular. Maybe people don't want us to do certain stories, or maybe people question why are we doing those stories. But I just want our viewers to realize that there is a motivation for every story that we do. Our longtime owner, Mr. Thomas Draper, had a saying that we have a moral obligation to serve the people of Delmarva. And that saying really still rings true to this day in how we make our news coverage decisions. It doesn't necessarily mean the stories that we cover will be the most popular. Some people don't want light to be shed on those stories. But I hope viewers can understand there is a motivation for everything that we do, because at our core is the belief that we have that moral obligation to serve them, to give them news that is important to their communities, that could help them on their day-to-day activities. That is something that we always live with, and we have that through line through all of our work. And I just hope people can understand that is really what motivates us to get through every single story we do.
Coast TV, our community, your news.
We're still under a severe thunderstorm warning, but this cell is prompting early concerns for circulation. It's right here, but it's actually moving its way towards the east pretty steadily here, so we're not overly concerned about that. Also, we have another cell that's beginning to gain some dominance right here in the Gulf Coast shores here, and it's continuing to track its way towards the east pretty steadily as well. So We're seeing the line pushing through. We're seeing the last of the remnants along the coast. Looks like in the next 10 minutes, most of us should be out of jeopardy. Bill Abel, congratulations. You're our umbrella winner. Here's a look at our weather line, sponsored by Brockstedt, Mandelis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. After tonight, we clear out nicely.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, especially today, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.